Hello, everyone. This is just us two 411
411.
giving you the latest update on Hurricane Milton, what it's doing in our neck of the woods.
Just to give everyone a brief update, because we've had many inquiries, we are doing well. Our electricity is still on, thank God.
Thank God.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.
Amen.
And with that being said, just to let everyone know, um, there are a lot of fear tactics that are being placed in the media in regards to the storm itself. I know a lot of people are concerned about evacuations.
Yeah, there's different news channels out there that are using fear tactics. Not all of them, but some of them. And so far, what we've witnessed here and the news, well, the good news channels that we saw in Tampa is that it's a lot of rain and it's windy. There are flooding in some areas, but that's to the south of us.
And then also, there's a lot of oversensitizing in regards to how about the different radar. So even one was showing different colors, and it didn't have anything to do with the storm, the effect of the storm, other than water vapor.
Yeah, they even talked about water vaping here, and it's like you don't really need that information. I guess it's good to know, but we don't really need that information. Plus, President Biden earlier had a press conference and even talked about how some of the news channels were oversensitizing this hurricane.
And just to make it clear, we're not saying go outside.
No, not at
What we're
all.
saying is that we are in a safe environment. We are indoors. We do have windows and doors locked and closed like we're supposed to. So we just want to make sure that everyone stays safe as well, doing the same thing that are here in Florida.
Yeah.
But with that being said, just to give an idea of the storm moving, it's estimated to make landfall just under Tampa at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is due to be in our neck of the woods around 2 a.m. Now, to give you an idea of how slow the storm is moving, we're about an hour away from Tampa.
Yeah, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their stadium is about 53 minutes away from us. So,
So, yeah, just to have a storm with a 6 hour time difference.
yes.
Is it 6 or 4? That's 4. That's a 4 hour time difference.
No, it's a 6 hour time difference.
Eight.
From 8 to 2? Yeah.
Yeah, that's 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Instead of like, oh, it's going to come soon, like, because like Tampa is pretty much an hour away. So instead of the storm moving like
And being here in an hour.
in an hour or two, it's actually taking 6 hours. So it is a slow moving storm. And it's supposed to be, I think, when it makes landfall, it's supposed to be a category 3. When it reaches us, it's going to be a category 1.
Which is far better than a 3, which was previously predicted.
Yeah.
Also, just to give people an idea, when Ian came through, Ian was about a 3 for us.
I think that was a category 3.
Yeah. So for this storm to be less than Ian is a bit more comforting, even though it is a major storm.
Yeah.
However, it's not as scary. It's still scary.
Yeah, because it is a hurricane.
It is still a hurricane.
Yeah.
And the wind is howling outside right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
However, since we've been through a worse hurricane, it's less daunting, I would say.
Because our furniture inside of our apartment right now is not shaking or moving at all. With Hurricane Ian, I was sitting on my couch and my couch is against the wall and it felt like someone was pushing my couch. Even though the couch wasn't like moving across the floor, when you sit on it, it felt like the back, like someone was pushing you in the back.
And that's quite scary.
It is quite scary. And even laying down, you felt the bed shake. So,
yeah.
So yeah, right now none of that is happening,
Thank
which is
God.
great. It's just it is windy outside
Very.
and it is raining, but
Very.
it's I want to say that's kind of like how torrential rain is kind of here from time to time in Florida,
That's true.
but it's not right now. It's not really showing full hurricane effects yet, and
Thank God.
prayerfully it won't.
Yes. And like you were saying, torrential rain, that was a great point because
Mhm.
this is just like maybe a step above torrential rain for here in Florida.
Yeah.
In terms of what we're seeing right now and what we've seen throughout the day. I
Mhm.
would say throughout the day, like you mentioned, it's been more like torrential rain,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say?
Yeah. At least here where we are, because we're close to Kissimmee. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, with that being said, um, I'm glad that President Joe Biden made the speech that he did and emphasized that the media is hyping it up a little bit more and scaring people more. I'm glad that he mentioned that because we here in Florida, it just kind of seems that way. And it's like,
Mhm.
it's good to know that he's understanding of the fact that it's not as it's important and it's a scary storm, but it's not as bad as people are making it seem.
Yeah.
And so currently the storm is picking up a little bit, but it keeps picking up and calming down, picking up and calming down.
And
Right.
that's to be expected,
Mm-hmm.
especially with hurricane, like the different some people call it different legs or different parts of the hurricane, like the outside parts of the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it during the day it does calm down and picks right back up. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna do that tonight as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's see. Basically, oh, it. We're just hearing the storm.
Yeah.
So the
Well,
fact that
not
we
really the storm. It's more so the wind.
the wind.
But the wind sounds bad here in this apartment complex anyway.
That's true.
Because it could literally just be a little bit windy and it sounds real bad.
A little windy on a regular day, and
Yeah.
it sounds scary.
Yeah, it did. So I wouldn't say I'm just gonna say it's windy, but it's not bad. It's not terrible.
Mm-mm.
It just sounds bad because of the apartment building that we live in.
Yeah. And then just to give you an idea of how the hurricane affects uh, this area. So it'll sound terrible. Like the wind will sound super bad.
Like it's
But
howling as well.
yes.
Yeah.
However, you will see people outside walking or coming in from work because the area that we're in has a lot of essential employees.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up coming home at different hours of the day and evening, which, when we see them, they're not swaying, they're not being knocked over by the wind or not being swayed by the wind.
Mm-hmm.
So in seeing that, that gives you an understanding of how it's not as bad as it may seem.
Mm-hmm.
So to wrap it up, maybe. Uh,
I guess. Well, to really wrap it up, so far it's not bad. There were tornado warnings earlier.
mm-hmm. Mainly south of us.
Mainly south of us. Because even in our own county, it was tornado warnings, but for the most part, it was south or to the west of us, and those ended around 3:30. We don't know if there's going to be any more tornado warnings or watches, but we just gonna keep praying, keep hope alive,
Absolutely.
and keep watching the news like we're currently doing.
Yes. And also, we're going to, of course, stay in touch with different people in different areas. I've been in touch with a Tampa resident who has stayed in the area and who was pretty much having the same uh, the same storm effects that we were having.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't that bad at that time. We'll update you on what we know going on with actual residents from the surrounding areas as we get information in.
Definitely. And we're even going to give everyone updates on how we're doing, like you said
Absolutely.
earlier. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you for watching and listening.
And this is Just Us Two
411.
411.
Thank you. Bye bye.